this is Yarrow Stark and welcome to another Yarrow.tv daily video. I'm putting a little bit of extra effort, namely including the Doctor Who box here. I'm a big fan of Doctor Who, and if you're lucky, like me, when you go into a Doctor Who box like this, you actually get protein bars. That's right, this is a protein bar box. Let's put it back in there, and if you notice, my protein bars travel in space and time, which I think is very cool. It gives them a little extra oomph. Anyway, today's real topic, I have a very important subject matter in regards to your marketing, and it really has to do with everything you do online with your marketing, your entire presence. What I'm talking about is something known as the halo effect. Now, the halo effect is, simply put, the judgment of your character that other people make based on elements around you that are not actually part of your character. They're external elements that will give people an impression. In fact, they will make an actual judgment on what kind of person you are. So it's a very important thing to understand, because people can actually have a negative or a more positive impression of you just by how you look and what you surround yourself with. Psychologist Edward Thorndike was actually the first person to coin the phrase the halo effect, and after him many studies were done that verified this effect in both the educational system and the judicial system. One of the I think best examples I can give you of a study done that demonstrates the halo effect, it's a very simple one. It was actually done at the University of Minnesota, where a group of students, 60 students, were selected at random, and they were shown 3 different photographs of people. There was an attractive person, an average looking person, and a less attractive person. And they then went and asked everyone to rate each of these individuals on all kinds of different personality characteristics. The results were actually quite incredible. I have to just read you out this paragraph to explain. So, results showed that participants overwhelmingly believed more attractive subjects have more socially desirable personality traits than either averagely attractive or unattractive subjects. Participants, now get this, participants also believed that attractive individuals would lead happier lives in general, have happier marriages, be better parents, and have more career success than others. The results also showed that attractive people were believed to be more likely to hold secure, prestigious jobs compared to unattractive individuals. Now that's pretty amazing. That's all been inferred just from looking at a photograph of different people. So you can see how your appearance can have such a dramatic impact on the world around you. So why is it important as bloggers and information marketers that we learn more about the halo effect, in particular how to invoke the halo effect from our followers and subscribers? Well, the most important part is that having the halo effect applied to you will automatically boost your credibility. People will trust you. Now, with trust and credibility, that relates to getting more sales. And that doesn't matter if it's your own product or affiliate products, whatever it is you are talking about and recommending, people are more likely to trust you and therefore buy from you if you have some form of halo effect impacting their judgment of you. So what's the best way for a blogger or an internet marketer to actually apply elements to encourage people to see a halo over your head? So to actually manufacture the halo effect over yourself and your business. Now obviously these things can be applied to you as an individual, especially if you're an expert in your marketplace and you are using your personal brand as the element of your blog or whatever it is you do online. And it can also be applied to you and inferred then onto your company's products and services as well. It really depends on how closely linked you personally are to what you do. If it's not really about your personality, it's more about your brand, then you need to look at ways you can apply these things to your brand, not necessarily you and your personality. So obviously one of the best ways to get some form of halo effect for you is actually to get yourself photographed with other experts or celebrities. I actually saw 2 great examples of this just recently. Marie Forleo, as you probably know right now, is launching or reopening her intake for her B School, which is a very popular, mostly women-focused online business school. Now, Marie has quite an extensive campaign running right now of banner ads and Facebook ads, and if you go click any of those, and you're taken to her opt-in form where she has a video. And during that video, she talks about obviously her product and what B School is all about and who should join, but one of the key things for the halo effect that she's included there is actually 2 photographs. One is with her and Richard Branson, and the other one is with her and Tony Robbins. Two examples of very big leading figures in the personal development and the business world, which really are the two main markets that Marie sits in, internet business and personal development. So she has very strong credibility by associating herself with Richard Branson and Tony Robbins. And of course she got those credibility because she has actually worked with those guys. She also mentions that she was recently featured on Oprah, and I have no doubt that she'll be making use of her coverage on Oprah, again because Oprah is another perfect example of a personal development credibility tool that can help with her halo effect some more. And from the celebrity side of the fence, if you have a look at Rich Schefren, I just recently was noting on his Facebook profile. Now you may not be able to see his Facebook profile, I don't know if it's public or not, but just recently the Academy Awards occurred and Rich Schefren was actually there. I'm not sure how he got in. I know he offered that as an affiliate prize for a recent launch he did with Pete Williams. It was a ticket to attend an after party and possibly, I don't know, maybe the public area of the Academy Awards, but whatever the case may be, they were at, I believe, Elton John's Academy Awards after party, and Rich actually got himself two photographs, one with Elton himself, so there's a picture of Rich and Elton John, and there's a picture of Rich with Steven Tyler as well. So two fairly massive celebrities that most people on the planet, at least in the Western world, would be familiar with. Now they're not exactly Rich's niche, but they just show that Rich is able to access things that normal people can't. So there's already some kind of halo effect there as well. You're more likely to trust someone who hangs out with celebrities and of course experts as well, because you have to have some way of getting into that kind of world. So therefore there must be something special about you, therefore there must be a reason to listen to you. Now if you can't get yourself associated with celebrities, or maybe not even photographs with experts in your market, which honestly I think you can do because you attend events, and just going to events you'll get a chance to go up and get a photograph with the speakers. So whoever it might be a Tim Ferriss, if you go to an event like that has Tim, or it could be anyone in your space, that should be possible. If however you want to try and avoid the photographing with celebrities sort of angle, you have other options as well. Some of the best tools available to people who sell online are the credibility badges you can put on your websites. So you might, for example, have the Better Business Bureau is a badge that a lot of people choose to put on their websites. You can put any awards you might have won, whether it's some sort of competition for best blog, best customer service, top 500 business in some sort of category, whatever the case may be. Those badges are also fantastic for credibility and producing a halo effect. You might also have yourself the trust security type badges. These are, there's actually a variety of these. They're sort of privacy and security badges that show that your website's got some level of security. They're really good on shopping carts because people might have some concerns about the security with your shopping cart when it comes to buying from you. So if they see an external badge like the Trust E one, it's trust with an E at the end, that's one of the badges you can put once you qualify for that, which encourages, again, a level of credibility and trust, in particular with your technology in that case. And you might also put any shots of magazines, newspapers, any kind of press coverage that you personally have. You'll see a lot of people, especially if they're individual experts, have as featured in the New York Times or the Financial Review, and it even could be websites nowadays, as featured on TechCrunch or Mashable or wherever it is you manage to get yourself covered. If it's a big enough brand as a publication, that can also help with your credibility and trust, because again, there has to be a reason why you were able to get yourself featured on those sites. Now it can actually be quite easy to get yourself featured on those types of sites just by having some sort of guest piece of content published there. So don't think it's not attainable. You can certainly do this, and once you've got that feature in a certain magazine or publication, whether offline or online, grab their logo and stick it on your website with an as featured by. It definitely helps to improve your halo effect. Alright, I hope you really have a better understanding now of how the halo effect can impact people's judgments of you and your character as well as your business, and you see some of the possible elements you can apply to you and your business to improve the perception people have, to improve that initial judgment they make of your character and your business, just based on certainly the more external elements, which can often be very superficial elements too. You certainly have an element of control over these things, so make sure you look after your appearance. Do the best you can with, obviously for your videos, any sort of photographs on your website. If you can get celebrity endorsements or expert endorsements with photographs of people in your space or in general celebrities, that's helpful. badges, awards, press coverage, all those sorts of elements, those things you can put on your website. Even simple things like showing you have a certain number of subscribers. Statistics like that can also help boost your credibility and give people a better initial impression of you and improve your chances of having a halo effect created over what you do. And this is all very much a snap judgment by most people, and it can happen in the most critical phases of your business too. Don't underestimate how much of both the immediate impact right then and there in the moment, any type of elements you have can impact the decision a person is making, but also the build-up over time of lots of different variables that are actually having an overall increase in your halo effect. So it's like a combination to the point where really your subscribers, your readers, your customers most importantly, have come to see you as a friend, someone they trust, even if they never met you, even if they know nothing about your personal life or your background other than what you publish online. You can establish a lot of credibility using these sorts of tools and enhance the halo effect over what you do. My name is Yaro Stark. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more videos like this, please go to my YouTube channel, which is yaro.tv. And while you're there, opt into my email newsletter, which has lots of great tips to help you with your blogging and your information marketing online. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you very soon. See you later. Whatever it is you're doing, using photographs. We'll try that again. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little talk about... Okay, that's all I've got for you today on...